I'm Chris Erdmann, and this is Made of More, the show where we go beyond business to uncover real stories that shape entrepreneurs, leaders, and change makers. Every Wednesday at 8 a.m. on KKNW, we explore the pivotal moments, the adversity faced, the risks taken, and the resilience found along the way. This isn't just about what people have built, it's about who they've become. If you're ready for inspiration, practical insights, and stories that remind you that you too are made of more, you're in the right place.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from whenever and wherever you're listening from. You're listening to the show Made of More. I'm your host, Chris Erdmann. And today I got a special guest here who's built a life around business around one special idea. Give people their flowers while they're still alive to enjoy them. Yeah, and the guest name is Kente Van Lunden. Kente Van Lunden's the founder of the Van Lunden Collection portfolio with 4 lanes of business. And I'm going to let him get into that throughout the interview because it's phenomenal. He's very talented. You'll get to know that as we made our way through this interview. Kente's story is about beauty, service, trust, but also about something deeper, empathy and humility. For decades, he's worked in affordable housing. He's passionate about helping people, especially seniors and veterans. And so today we're going to be talking about his beginnings, his discipline of building business, and the art of serving people well. And here he is. Kente, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Pleased to be here.
All right. Well, please be. Yeah, it's good to have you here. You know, we're going to get into this. I think you're a phenomenal person. You know, I called you one day and I was like, I wanted to send flowers to people for a gift and whatnot. And actually, you've brought flowers to a couple different people, like a friend and also a community, a business meeting. And everybody's raved about your talent. And today is actually the first time we get to meet in person.
Seriously, it's been some time in between, but it's a pleasure getting to connect the face.
Yeah. Well, pleasure. Well, thank you. So I'm going to get right into it if it's okay.
Dive on it.
Yeah. So when did you realize you were wired for beautiful things?
Well, come on now. I mean, haven't you seen me? I mean, I like to think this is my parents' contribution to society.
All right.
But I was born into a family that really has an appreciation for life. I mean, we go out and we do things. We don't sit at home. I mean, every day is not promised. And so I'm older than I look. We'll leave with that. And I learned at an early age to just appreciate what God has given you. I mean, if it's sunny outside, just enjoy the sunshine. Yeah. Take time to smell the roses. So I'd say from childhood, yeah.
From early childhood?
Yeah.
So in early childhood, did you have any role models, whether it was your parents, somebody that really brought this side of looking at the brighter things in life and your business personality?
My entire family is just really being optimistic. I mean, I have a huge family. We're spread out across all 50 states and just several countries, and we all get together. We've been doing Zoom and Teams and whatnot before it became a thing. Yeah. And my grandmother, the matriarch of the family, just passed last year, believe it or not, on my birthday, which is a whole different situation.
My condolences.
Oh, thank you. But I mean, she would have been 95 in September of last year, but
it's a long, great life.
Great life. And she's the most upbeat person, and you would never know that she came from a family of impoverishment and so forth, because I mean, she's out there and she was a sharecropper, and she and my grandfather actually picked flowers and whatnot. And she taught me just that, give people their flowers while they're allowed to receive them. Tomorrow's not promised.
Oh, wow. So the picking flowers started with your grandma.
Absolutely.
What did this look like? Bring us back to this.
I moved to Washington State literally, it'll be 6 years, believe it or not, in March. And I moved 3 days before the pandemic, which was a whole different situation because I didn't know Washington, what it is, was what it is until I moved out here. And having moved from Southern California, California is just boom, 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 fast paced. But I considered myself to be raised in California, but reared down south. My grandmother's estate and everything is 300 acres in Mississippi, not 30, not 300 acres. Mm-hmm. It's massive. And there's lakes and there's cotton fields and there's just stuff down there. And so having gone there and grown up down there and horse rode as a kid and just done all this stuff, picked cotton and shucked corn and all that. I'm a country boy at heart. Don't let the Gucci fool you, But I can get down with the get down. Mm-hmm. And just to see how people live. I mean, that's what got me into affordable housing, which we'll talk about in a minute. But I mean, it's just I have an appreciation for life because people live differently, and some people, it's the difference between living and existing. Sure. How about that?
I hear you.
Yeah.
So sounds like, wow, you've got your grandma and your family taught you how to taught you a bit about the flower business.
Absolutely.
And then also sounds like there's a lot of hard work in there as well. Gave you a lot of appreciation about people that were working a little harder that maybe weren't making as much. And that's why you like the affordable housing.
Absolutely.
That's kind of what I'm picking up here.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. So tell me about your first entrepreneurial journey. What age were you when you were in your first journey of entrepreneurialism?
Leveling with you, I mean, the whole flower thing. I mean, we had flowers with dinner. We had my parents. My mom is literally old school. I mean, she would not allow us to eat in our room. She would not allow us to eat like munching food in the living room. We had to sit together as a family. And these days, that's respected because people don't do that anymore. Everybody's on an iPhone or they got an iPad or something strapped and duct taped to their head. So the kids are over here doing their thing. Dad's outside mowing the lawn or watching the game. I mean, just everyone's doing something different. And my parents were not about that life. They're like, no, you sit down. We at least have that family time, that quality time. And as a man and, respectively at an older age, I respect the fact that they actually did that because it instilled in me values that are not taught today. So it taught me entrepreneurship to the point that I said, you know what, this is actually what I want. Society is drifting apart, and I actually want to be able to bring people those holistic values. Even though I was a little bit late today, when you saw the flowers, didn't that cheer you up?
Yeah,
I mean, like, come on.
The flowers, yeah.
I mean, everybody likes flowers. No one has ever turned me away and said, oh my God, those are ugly. People just typically, I have a wreath on my car right now. I put the wreath, and no one does that in Washington. It's just something I started doing in California, and I drive down and I have a holiday wreath, and people just smile at that. The kids are, ooh, mommy, ooh, daddy. It's just, it brings joy to people's lives, and so do flowers. So I said, you know what? The pandemic changed everyone. It's not like it just impacted us here in Washington. It impacted us everywhere. I want to bring that joy to people's lives.
Well, yeah. I mean, everybody that's seen your flowers, like, I think they do backflips. They're like, I've not seen an arrangement quite like this before in a great way.
Good. Tell them to watch those backflips. I don't want to imply, I don't want to infer that legal degree yet,
Yeah.
I can be representing nobody. Don't hurt yourself.
Well, that's up to them to do those backflips.
This is true. This is true. Backflips of joy. I like that.
Oh, yeah. So tell me a little bit more about these family dinners and these older school values, because as you're talking about it, I'm just like remembering growing up and also sitting at the table and my father carving the meat or my mom coming and serving. And everybody played their role. I remember I had to go and set the silverware. My brother had to go get the plates, and it was kind of like this really cool family function. Sometimes we had to be reminded what our roles were, but overall we always had fun doing it, and it was a big part of dinner.
It still is. I mean, I was just in Southern California. I flew down. Maybe I should say I took a flight down. I didn't, I took a flight down to Southern California for Thanksgiving. And, even though the whole family wasn't there, to see kids and grandkids, nieces, nephews, aunts, and all, it was absolutely spectacular. And even with the grandmother situation, having flown down to the homegoing of my grandmother, I mean, there were 300 of us. They had to stop the city. It was like the caravan of cars. It was absolutely insane. It's like the mayor, the shoemaker, the bookmaker, the candlesticks, everybody knows each other. But every person flew in from Alaska. I'm coming from Washington. I mean, we had people coming from Italy. It's spectacular. And even though it was a very, bittersweet situation, it still ingrained in us the values, and we were able to reflect on things that we all did as a child. I actually went down while they were doing the funeral services and so forth, and I did video footage of the actual estate of her house. I mean, all the acreage and whatnot, and went through the cornfields and just all that. It's just things like that. They don't, kids aren't taught that these days. You can't learn that on TikTok. I mean, Instagram is not showing that, but it's just, it molds us and it makes us. And that actually, as an adult now, that actually shows me that, we need to get back to tradition, and flowers are my way of doing that.
Wow. Yeah. I could see that, so what was the transition when you decided, it sounds like you've never walked away from flowers. And so, but what was the point that it turned into the business?
I mean, it's okay. I could go two ways. I was doing it recreationally and just as a hobby, because I'm like, I feel like I'm worth it. I was giving myself flowers. Yeah. I'm like, I deserve this. But I mean, I was doing it and people would come to my house and seeing their reaction. I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe this is something I could, turn into something. But I felt as if once I did it, I'm such a type A personality. We won't go into OCD, but I'm so type A. I was like, okay, if I don't succeed in this, I'm going to be mad at myself and I can't fault anyone else. And then maybe it would also take the joy away from actually doing it. But during the pandemic, having everything shut down and so forth, I didn't have anyone over my house, and I'm not on social media. I have my website. I may be on LinkedIn or whatever, but I don't have any TikTok or Instagram or Snapchat or whatever they have these days. So, I mean, if I send pictures, no one knew about it because, I'm not posting anywhere. But everyone's like, well, where can I find this? And I had people that I was meeting out here, different, networking events and symposiums and so forth. And they would just be like, oh, my God, this is spectacular. You need to go, global. You would go viral, overnight, just because of your personality and because of what you do and who you are. I wasn't really into it until I saw the level of depression that some people are going through and the level of how they've alienated and isolated themselves because they don't know what they don't know. I said, you know what, if I can do just that, I got into property management and affordable housing because nothing makes me happier than giving back to people and giving them their keys. To see somebody's hard work and effort manifest and give them keys, it's kind of like I won't say you're playing God, but you can see the aftermath and the repercussion. You can see everything from A to Z.
Right.
Well, I said maybe floral arrangements are the exact same thing. I can actually see the gratitude. I can actually see the people's expressions, and I can actually see myself having done something that's for the betterment of someone else.
I definitely see that. Yeah, I think the beautiful things about flowers are it's you're taking something that already looks beautiful and you're making an expression. You're putting it together, and it's only got a certain amount of time, so it's not going to be around forever. So it's like it's something that I feel like a lot of people turn to and they're like, wow, I'm going to enjoy this right now.
Absolutely.
And maybe it's only going to be around for a week,
Yeah. It's momentary joy. There you go.
Momentary joy, and it's a great way to enhance a space.
Yes, I mean, especially in quote unquote Emerald City, where it rains. I don't know how much it rains out here, but it rains. It's a lot of precipitation coming from sunny Southern California. I feel like it's an extra energy. It's an extra level of life in your home or your office if you're going into work or whatever the case may be. I mean, if you want to get some, I have people that actually make small arrangements to put it in their car. It's that extra energy. You're able to come home and you're able to see something in your life. You're smelling the aroma, like you smell the fresh scents of gardenias or hydrangeas or whatever the hell's in there.
These are actually really very potent in a great, beautiful way. Sometimes you go get flowers and you can't smell anything. Like, what's the difference between?
I mean, I try to do something that's palatable to my nostrils. I mean, I don't want to give people things, because there are some scents that are actually really overbearing. I don't try to go with overbearing scents. I try to go with something that's really easy. And, because I've learned that everyone doesn't like everything. So I try to do things that are across the board good. I love the scent of bergamot, sandalwood, calming scents. I have those essential oils at home, but it's the exact same thing with flower arrangements. I actually want to do something that people are going to respond positively to, and that's going to, bring them some level of or some higher degree of energy. Yeah.
What I like that. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about some of the experiences when you're delivering this service. Like, what are some of your favorite experiences with these people?
It's just I've never had a bad experience. I've had some interesting experiences.
Okay.
And the most interesting, not that you've asked, but I'm going to tell you anyway.
Yeah, let's hear that.
I had someone who was going through a divorce ask me to deliver dead flowers to his ex-wife.
Yeah.
And that was comical, and I did it. I'm like, and he and I are still cool. But I'm like, oh my God, that's what we're doing. It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing. People are going through life.
Did you make it beautiful though?
I tried my best to make it as beautifully dead as I could. You think about Halloween or something like that around Halloween, maybe just because it's you're trying to create that vibe, but like for a divorce, like really. But just essentially and generally, when I'm delivering flowers, I've never had a bad experience. I mean, it doesn't matter if if you're celebrating the loss of a job.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're celebrating a divorce and you actually want to, you got out of a relationship that wasn't supporting your needs.
Sure.
I mean, no one has been upset to receive flowers.
Yeah. What was the reaction of receiving the
It's just, oh my, the first response is, oh my God, this is amazing. And I mean, sometimes if they don't know who the sender of the flowers is, or, it's just, that's a situation because they're like, okay, well, can you tell them? No, I can't tell you, it's anonymous. Oh, who would do this? And then it becomes an issue of ponderance. But I mean, I've had people send flowers to themselves. And I think that's spectacular. Love yourself.
Yeah.
Value yourself. Tomorrow is not promised. This is not a dress rehearsal.
That's right.
We don't get a second chance at life. Love yourself. Live today like it's your last.
I think that's great. And it doesn't sound weird because, if nobody's buying you flowers and you want to brighten up your house, why not there's something cool about coming home and seeing color on your countertop or your table, right?
That's legit the way I look at it. Like during the pandemic, when I moved up from Southern California, of course, everything's shut down. I didn't know anything about Washington. I lived in Bellevue, but I stayed in Puyallup, which is why I know how to pronounce it. I stayed in Puyallup for about a month and a half with a friend of mine who I used to work with in Southern California. And putting it out there, I mean, she said, oh my God, if you're thriving in Southern California, Washington's amazing. It's beautiful. It's this. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know anything about that. I just heard that it rains a lot. Okay, whatever. I visited Seattle like in 2013 and it just poured every day. So I stayed with her for a bit, but the first thing I saw was the cherry blossoms. Just traveling down Meridian Street or whatever it is down there in Puyallup, going towards Graham and just driving around Bonnie Lake and all that. It was absolutely beautiful. So the first thing I did when I moved to my place, I actually stayed in Factoria then.
Okay.
Right over by T-Mobile, even though we're at T-Mobile. But I stayed in the vicinity, but I actually brought a mural for my wall, and the mural was nothing but pink peonies and cherry blossoms. It was spectacular. And I mean, to see a guy with just a pink living room, but I had a black chandelier, I had gray furniture, and I darkened it up a little bit, made it a little bit more, masculine, put some little butch in there,
Well, pink, I believe, was a masculine color back in like the 1800s.
Well, we're at T-Mobile. Come on now. Magenta is technically pink.
It used to be a masculine color, so you're bringing it back.
Real men rock pink. Come on now. I'm secure.
Yeah.
But you go into my condo, and it was just all pink. It was dope as hell. I stand by it. My mom flew up and she's like, "Oh my God, this is amazing." Because you walk in and it's unexpected. Sure. And it was beautiful. But that's what made me happy. It's about self-worth. It's about valuing yourself. I don't care about what anybody else does. Nobody else is paying my mortgage. As long as it makes me happy, I'm good. So I feel like it's the exact same thing with flowers. I mean, if you are looking for something to brighten your space, liven the mood, and bring a different energy, a positive level of energy, consider giving yourself flowers while you're allowed to receive them.
Yeah, you should consider giving a few people flowers.
Hello.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. And go through my company. Don't go through anybody else,
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're definitely going to be directing them to you. Yeah. And why don't you give a shout out to how they find your flowers right now?
Well, I mean, I'm on LinkedIn. I mean, if you have the power of social media, I mean, you can Google my name, Kente Van London, and then my business comes up. Yeah. Voluminous by Van London is the floral line. Bellagio by Van London is actually the interior design line. I mean, it's multifaceted. There's, like you said, there's different components.
But I like the name Voluminous.
I mean, Voluminous means bountiful bloom.
Bountiful bloom.
Bountiful bloom. We were talking about Respucia earlier. I was talking, I mean, but she would always say, how you doing? But I mean, it's just like she was voluptuous, but this is voluminous.
Voluminous. Yes. I've not heard too many people use that.
Good.
And so
it's copywritten, y'all. Don't be trying to take my, don't be trying to get any ideas. But yeah, Voluminous is the floral arrangement line, and then Bellagio, because I mean, I was in Italy a couple of years ago and I just saw all these villages and whatnot. I said, this is beautiful. So Bellagio is the interior design line. And I thought about just, doing separate incorporations or components, like you said, to categorize everything, which actually went with the V of my last name. So yeah, Voyage is the destination travel line. That's actually for cruises. I go on several cruises a year. And then there's Verify, and Verify would be the global notarization line that I do electronically.
Okay. Well, talk to me. Why don't you introduce your interior design business and when did this start?
My major was initially going to be, I majored in communications, my minor is public relations, but I was accepted into Seattle Art Institute as well as Brooks in Long Beach and several other places for fashion design. My parents were like, no, just absolutely not. I mean, I was voted best dressed, trendsetter. I was president of all 14 clubs on campus. I was quarterback. I was valedictorian. I mean, it's just, your boys, come on now.
Multi-talented.
I'm just, pop my non-existent collar, but I mean, I just believe in just trying everything. You don't know what's out there until you try. But on the flip side, I delved into everything because I just believe in different cultures and creeds and bringing people together and being impactful that way. We are all human beings that are trying to get through this thing called life. But in terms of just like how I got into it, I mean, I know my parents were not standing for for fashion design. And so I majored in communications, but I mean, putting it out there, I started doing, I became a mortgage broker and I started doing everything before the industry did that weird thing, weird tank. But I mean, it showed me how people lived. And going in people's homes, people live in different ways and so forth. But it's interesting because some people have flowers, some people have fake flowers, some people have different artifacts that are of value to them. But I mean, everyone's reaction to receiving flowers, be it 1-800-flowers.com or whatever the local florist may be, everyone's reaction was always positive. So having gotten into property management, even in affordable housing where people are happy to have a roof over their head, and they're not so concerned with, the cost of the agapanthus over here, landscaping and gardeners, everyone's connection was impacted positively by floral arrangements. And so I said, interior design would actually incorporate the floral arrangements into that aspect. But on the flip side, it also would enable me to show people the difference between living and existing. I mean, existing, are you just surviving that job from 9 to 5? You're like, oh my God, I can't wait. Oh, what time is it? Oh, and you're just waiting to get off of work. That's existing. If you're just working and you're grinding and you're hustling and then 10 years just pass you by, chances are you don't like what you're doing. That's existing. I want people to live.
Yeah.
I want you to get out there and smell the oxygen, to enjoy the views, to enjoy the water, to enjoy the rainbows, to enjoy the butterflies, the hummingbirds. Enjoy life because tomorrow is not promised to either of us.
That's right. This brings me to a kind of a deeper question is, living versus existing. Like, you have this awareness. Have you found yourself in a place where you were just existing and you're like,
haven't we all?
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Haven't we all?
Is there something that stands out to you that makes you want to propel yourself and everybody else into fully living?
I've seen people that live through their kids. I've seen people that live through their work. I mean, they work and hustle and hustle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you see the helicopter parents, the soccer, I won't say moms because that's kind of, generalizing, that's a gender situation, but you see soccer parents or the parents that invest all of their time into one specific thing and they don't know anything else. I mean, there are people in LA who haven't even seen the Hollywood sign. There are people in LA who haven't even been to the beach. It's a beach city. But there are people in Washington who haven't even been to Lake Washington. It's just, you don't know what you don't know. I need people to exit that bubble of comfort and to live. Mm-hmm. That's not living. If you are content with being confined in solitude, that's not living. You're existing. Yeah. So I try to
looking at the ground, look up at the sky.
Hello. Be happy and be rejoice in being able to wake up because someone didn't wake up that day. I mean, so be happy at the fact that you're able to wake up and embrace life under the sun but above the ground.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to this. Sometimes you're living extremely well, and then you could find yourself all of a sudden, you're like, wow, I'm going to get into this because this is going so well. Absolutely. And I've seen a lot of people start side businesses. I've been one of those people. Then all of a sudden you've dedicated yourself to this side business, and it's like, it's something maybe you enjoy as a connoisseur, but maybe you just don't enjoy as a business owner. And some business owners love it. It could be a coffee shop. But you could be just miserable if you're in that. And, so living can actually propel you into existing too.
Absolutely.
If you don't have enough discretion and
all the things. Yeah. I've seen several people that say they don't like wine.
Yeah.
I mean, mind you, Woodinville wine country's around the corner. I've lived in Temecula. Santa Barbara is my favorite city in California. Mm-hmm. I love wine. My mom and dad were some of those people. They're like, oh my God, like, how do you drink that stuff? I'm like, okay, well, you guys drink beer, so make it make sense. Whatever. They brew that, but it's, it's whatever. But I gave them some port wine. It was quality port wine from Santa Barbara, and they swear by it now. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Every time I know better than to go to their house now without bringing a bottle of that. But it's just like, you don't know what you don't know because you don't know it. But once you do know, that level of exposure is what you can start anew with.
Yeah. So you're a port wine drinker?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
I have a whole collection. That's a whole separate conversation. Okay. I have a whole wine bar, a little wine refrigerator, half of it's port. Yeah.
I'm curious. Like, what's some of your favorite wineries in this area here?
I mean, I don't want to speak to plug any wineries. I go to Whidbey Island literally twice a month. There's Green Bank Farm and Winery over there. Yeah. Shout out to Kathy, everybody at the winery. All right. But on the flip side, I go to Patterson and Woodinville, quite frequently. Yeah. You guys are throwing up pieces. Piece a good thing?
Piece means 2 minutes until the commercial. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. But I go to Woodinville, and I typically walk around. I mean, obviously Chateau, St. Michelle's over there. I mean, I go there, but there's Patterson. It starts with the C. I can't even think what the wine is called. I canceled my membership, so it's not important. Yeah. But anyway, they have Mary Hill up there. I go there. I'm a member of a couple of wineries in Santa Barbara. Temecula. You name it. I will travel for good wine.
I'm good friends with people that have wine club memberships. I'll say that. My brother's got one. It's nice.
We can have a real good friendship, aren't we? We're blooming. We're blooming right now. Right
now, brother. Yeah. One of my favorite ones is Chateau Ste. Michelle because they get put on great concerts. Mm-hmm. It's always consistently a great experience.
And that's what people like. People like consistency.
They do, don't they?
Tried and trusted. Change is good, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm not an advocate for change, but, things are changing so quickly. There needs to be something that people can go back and say, oh, my God, I remember when this was like this. But it's, you return 20 years later and it's still like that.
Yeah. Chateau Ste. Michelle's been one of those places for me here. So you've been listening to the show, Made of More. I'm your host, Chris Erdmann, and we've been interviewing with Kente Van London of the Van London Collection. Stay tuned after these messages.
Imagine home. The smell of coffee, the sound of a lawnmower, the sun's warmth on your face. Free to be yourself, surrounded by love that helps you grow. This is a place to call home. That's an American dream we all deserve. But in 50% of U.S. states, you could legally be denied housing if you are LGBTQ+. Get the facts and hear real stories at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
Are you ready to discover remarkable stories of resilience and cultural connection? This is Diaspora, a show sharing the journeys of first-generation immigrants from the Indian subcontinent now building their lives in North America. Inspiring, insightful, and always engaging, Diaspora offers a unique perspective on the immigrant experience. Join me, Aditya Mehta, my guests, on the Diaspora Show every Wednesday at 2 p.m. right here on KKNW.
Miss a show on KKNW? Check out 1150kknw.com for podcasts of many of our programs. That's 1150kknw.com.
Welcome back to the show Made of More. I'm your host, Chris Erdmann, and today here we're sitting with Kente Van Landen of the Van Landen Collection. You know, Kente's been sharing some great stories about his early beginnings and stories about his connection with the flowers with his grandmother that, you know, passed away not too long ago, about a year ago, but she enjoyed a life all the way to 95. Yeah.
I'll be so lucky.
Yeah. Is there anything that stands out, anything else that stands out that you've learned from your grandma?
You know, what's crazy is, I mean, I'm gonna go on record to say I was her favorite grandchild.
Of course.
Out of like 40, I was her favorite. But she passed on my birthday, and so I'm considering it actually more so as as opposed to being a homegoing, as opposed to being the day that she passed. I'm considering that to be her day of rebirth.
Day of rebirth.
So I'm going to celebrate for myself and for her as well each year on my birthday. And I mean, I hope she likes shots. I hope grandmother likes shots because we have to do some Patrons. But yeah, I mean, I try to see the positive in everything. And I did speak at the homegoing that we had. And I mean, I told the entire family I'm considering it to be a blessing because, I mean, at the end of the day, she was 95. That's, I mean, literally 5 years from a century. How many people can say that? But on the flip side, I also know that I was able to, for Mother's Day last year, I want to say it was, let me see, how many dozen was that? I think it was 24 dozen roses. Wow. To my uncle's home in Maryland, and the entire family was down there. All of my parents are Brady Bunch style family. My mother has three brothers and two sisters, and my grandmother was down there as well. Nieces and nephews, and I just couldn't make it because I think I had a conference of some sort. But I was there because I sent all these flowers. I have pictures. I mean, my partner who stays in D.C. drove them out there after he got off of work. It was thunderstorming, and it was like this, nomadic driver just coming through the fog in the middle of the night, and everyone was just like, they rejoiced because it filled the home. It filled the house with just, the sense of, hydrangeas and flowers and roses and this, that, and the other. But it was also, unexpected. And everyone was able to get their flowers and get their roses while they were alive to receive them. And it's just, I mean, even though I wasn't there, clearly from their perspective, I was there. So, they still talk about that. And I haven't seen the photos and so forth. It's amazing. And then we did, with the power of technology, I think I got on like a Meet or Duo or WhatsApp or something and contacted my mom, who put my grandmother on the phone. And all three of us were able to have a screenshot with the flowers. And lo and behold, it's framed now because my grandmother passed a couple of months afterwards. Oh, wow. So it was just impactful, and it was beautiful to be able to give her the flowers that she deserved for just being the matriarch that held things together while she was alive and, well to receive them.
Yeah, I love that. That's what an example of extreme giving and thoughtfulness.
It's just stuff comes to me, man. Like God speaks to me. Like, I mean, stuff comes to me. And typically it's in my sleep. I have some powerful dreams, and I have to wake up and just write them down or whatever. And I have, I want to be able to make the stuff that happened in my dream like manifest. And I want to know the reason for what the dream was. But I mean, it came to me, I couldn't be there in person. So I said, the best I can do is be there, in spirit. Yeah. And here we are,
Spirit and personality. I mean, your personality just showed up and you over-delivered, and I just could just imagine on the other side of that, all these colorful bouquets and that are coming their way, and your families together. Feels like you're there. That's another sense of like hospitality to your friends and to your family. Yeah. And I could just imagine, and then for everybody to feel so touched and loved that you guys took a photo together, even though you guys were apart. It's framed. I mean,
not knowing that was going to be my last picture with her. Yeah.
Yeah. What an impact.
Come on now.
And then she enjoyed those flowers. Like, she got to watch everybody enjoy those flowers with her.
Absolutely. And that just, it let me know that I'm on the right track with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It let me know that I'm doing this not for myself, but for, a greater cause.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to have to up my game here.
You got me now. I'm your boy. Come on now. Yeah. We get through the game together, man.
We're going to give some people some gifts here.
Yeah. I'm playing offense. Come on, man.
I love it. I love it. Okay. Well, I kind of want to dive into the Van Landen collection. I mean, we got 4 lanes.
Go for it.
And we got 4 lanes, but more like, most of all, it's like, why so many businesses? Like, and I don't mean this as a negative thing, because I think a lot of entrepreneurs I look up to, some of them have one business, right? But a lot of them actually have a few lanes.
You have to.
Yeah.
I mean, like, life is life. And I mean, like, come on now.
Yeah.
I mean, stuff costs money. And at the end of the day, I mean, like, if you are talented in more than one area, then why not show the world that same thing? Like, look at Oprah. Oprah's an entire empire because she actually capitalized on one thing, and then or even Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
What's funny is my nickname, I mean, you can Google this. My nickname is actually the Chocolate Martha Stewart.
All right.
I mean, somebody coined that. I have no idea, but if you Google it, it comes up. Like, I don't know where that came from, but sure, I'll take it.
But it's there. It's sticking.
It's totally there. I'm like, it's like sticking like Elmer's. But I mean, like, I accept it. But on the flip side, I've always been one person that didn't just dibble and dabble in one area or one genre or one facet. I always want to see what's over here. Mm-hmm. I'm typically that person, no judgment, that will go down and just see what's at the end of the road because I can say that I've been there. Mm-hmm. I mean, at least I can say, well, there's nothing down there. It's a dead end street. But, or I can, because I mean, people don't do that.
Yeah.
I pray before I do it. I don't want it to be my last drive or my last sojourn, but I do want to know things. I mean, I was president of the Black Student Union, the Asian Student Union, the Black Student, was it MECHA, was what it was called, the Mexican Student Union,
yeah.
Desi Club, which was Indian.
Yeah.
I was quarterback, like I said, I was marching band, I played sax, I played drums. I mean, I was quarterback. Valedictorian. I want to bring cultures and people together because, we're a lot more alike than we are different.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I think bringing people and cultures together is a beautiful thing.
But that's what makes a bouquet as well, bringing everything together.
Yeah. It's a great example there. You're just bringing all these different species of flowers. Oh, yeah, that's good. These different species of flowers, that's like bringing a bunch of different species of humans together.
But that's how it blossoms, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That is. That's how even good ideas can turn into great ideas.
I put that on the website. I'll give you credit for that, though.
You take all the credit.
I appreciate you, man.
Out of these 4 businesses, I have to ask you, which one's your favorite?
I enjoy them all.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, I enjoy them all. I mean, how deep do you want me to dive in?
Yeah, dive in as deep as you want. But if I said you had to let go of 3 businesses,
I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it?
I would not do it.
You would choose.
I love them all because, I believe that if it feels like work, then you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, floral arrangements are what makes me happy. Mm-hmm. I mean, literally, that's the only time I can disconnect. I rarely ever turn my phone off because, my family is so distant and so separated and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But I always feel like I have to be there. And then I might miss some business should someone call me. Yeah. But I disconnect, and I'll do that early in the morning. I'll set up the arrangements and whatnot between, let's go 4 and 6 or 4 and 7, and then do deliveries after that. And I might listen to some Sade or, some Lettucey or something like relaxing, Rasan Patterson, Jill Scott. Yeah, Jill Scott. I'll do something like that and just that's my time to just have a moment with myself. And on the flip side, interior design, exact same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I meet people just by buying stuff for myself. I can be at Home Goods or I can be at Crate & Barrel or West Elm or somewhere and just be buying something. People are like, oh my God, that's going to look really good together. I'll pass them a business card. Next thing I know, they contact me. Well, are you available? That's just word of mouth and just I happen to be at the right place at the right time.
That's most of life.
That's right. That's just life. You just talk to people.
Yeah.
That's how you and I met. But yeah it's just, with the cruise situation, we're up to, I want to say 65 people joined us on the last cruise. Oh, it was insane. We went to four places, Bahamas, Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, and Dominican Republic. And we started in Orlando. And the next month, we're going to be in Cancun, Tulum, and Puerto something.
Oh, I love Tulum.
Tulum is, oh my God. Yeah. Yes, Tulum is, I had my 40th there. Dang, I just gave my age. Anyway, that was a couple of years ago. But anyway, but Tulum is amazing. But we just believe in living life, and people are so entrapped in their own psyche that they're, I don't know. I've heard that there's so and so down there. Okay, well, you don't know until you try it. You don't know if you like, rye bread until you try it. You have to get out and experience life.
Yeah,
and true. Just to see different people connecting and bringing their family, bringing their kids, bringing their coworkers. It's amazing.
Wow. So tell me more. Yeah. What is the essence of this travel? Because I don't know much about your travel business. So it sounds like you're leading the pack, and you're traveling you're creating a vacation, you're traveling with them.
Creating vacations for not only ourselves, because my partner, it's primarily his, but then, for, just people that don't typically take vacations. Mm-hmm. People work hard for their money, and to see people spend money on, education or clothes for their children, and they have not once left their hometown. Sure. It's like, we're trying to bridge that gap. To say, hey, by the way, you can go ahead and it's okay to get outside of your head. People overthink things. They don't think that they can afford it. Mm-hmm. I've seen people making minimum wage jobs, and not minimum wage in Washington or Seattle where it's $21 an hour, or LA where it may be 17, but minimum wage in like North Carolina where it's like $6.25 an hour. Sure. And of course, you're helping people set up, the criteria for their life and to experience things where they thought that it was not possible. So, yeah.
Okay. So I like this because, I'm a vacationer. I love traveling.
I can sense that.
Yeah. I love traveling. I went to Tulum a couple times this year. I went to Japan and Philippines. And
Japan's next on my list, man.
oh, yeah. I will talk about that. You got to go into Tokyo first, but I'm sure you already know that.
Ooh, okay.
But what I like about traveling is I'm an adventurer, so I just like to, I'll just go out there and just start, I'll walk or get on the tour bus and try to see some things and talk to strangers, ask advice where to go. But I see a lot of people, and when I say a lot of people, some of my friends, they'll go travel and they don't try to adventure too much. They stay at the resort,
yes,
and that's where they stay. And I can understand. I've had seasons of vacations where I just want to sit at the resort because I just need a rest.
Yes.
Let's keep diving back into this. You're listening to the show Made of More. I'm your host, Chris Erdmann, sitting here with Kente Van Lunden of the Van Lunden Collection here. So stay tuned after these messages.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hello, I'm Chris Erdmann. Every Wednesday at 8 a.m. on KKNW, I sit down with inspiring entrepreneurs, creative minds, and game changers to uncover the real stories behind their business. On my show, Made of More, we explore the challenges that they've overcome, the breakthroughs that they've celebrated, and the mindset that drives them forward. If you're ready to unlock your full entrepreneurial potential, Made of More is the show for you, because here we know you are made of more. Every Wednesday at 8 a.m. on KKNW.
Make us part of your daily routine. Alternative Talk 1150.
All right, welcome back to the show Made of More. I'm your host, Chris Erdmann, and I'm sitting here with Kente Van Lunden of the Van Lunden Collection. Van Lunden in the house. Yeah. Something that I really enjoy about Kente is that he's experiencing life on his terms. We all have our ups and downs in life, but he's choosing to look at it colorfully. And I mean that because he's into the flowers, he's into interior design. He's also with passions about helping out people that need more affordable living situation and venture. And so he's just got a really great heart. And if you get the opportunity to meet him, and you should, because it's up to you to give him a call, because he'll show up and he'll deliver those flowers directly to you if you're here in the Pacific Northwest, but I'm sure he can make other arrangements otherwise if it's outside the area. We're just talking about vacations, and I'm just understanding, you don't just help people book vacations, you actually create this vacation, and you're getting people to experience it through how you want to experience it, which I think is pretty fascinating, is that because you seem like you're an adventurer, you got your partner that's supporting you in this, and your partner goes with you. And you had about, was it 30 people in one of the last vacations?
55.
Oh, 55.
Yeah, 55 people.
Oh, yeah. man.
And to coordinate and just collaborate with everybody, you're doing the payments. And I take no credit for this. This is all him.
Yeah.
But he's doing the payments. He's accepting. He's on the phone with the cruise lines or, with the airlines. He's doing ticket prices. He's doing parking. He's doing hotels. He's accepting payments. He's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a full-time job, but he has a full-time job. And then people that you don't know and speak in different languages, or they have different accents or vernacular, and it's really interesting. But then once you see the product of everyone mixing together and collaborating, and just that you see the enjoyment, it's a job well done.
That's great.
Yeah.
And who are these people that are kind of finding you through these vacations? They're just are they friends, family? Are they
friends,
referrals?
Referrals, friends of family. Some are coworkers of his. Some yeah.
Strangers find you online.
Yeah. I've had people on LinkedIn, believe it or not, suggest that we do a cruise, like a gay cruise. I'm like, oh, well, okay. Well, that's something we'll consider. It's just, we are at capacity right now, but every day is about growth and expansion. So maybe that's something we'll do later on down the line. We're open.
You're open.
Yeah, we're open.
Well, I think it's great that you're creating experiences for a community and people to experience life in an elevated way. Because like I said, I see a lot of my friends that they go and they don't go venture out. Or
I hate that.
yeah.
I have a very close friend. I hope she's listening right now. She's a former coworker, and I'm probably going to drop by her house later on. But anyway, she went on her first trip to Cancun and stayed at the resort the entire time. She was petrified of leaving. And I'm like, girl, like, really, girl, like you flew all this way, and girl, you didn't exit the resort, but no, they had everything. No, you were in a whole different country, and mind you, no one's doing passport stamps anymore. So you're like, come on now, you flew down to Mexico, and you did not leave the resort the entire time. You could not say what's beyond that resort. That's a problem for me. And so, not that you have to go on every excursion when you go on a cruise or anything like that, but at least experience this. You know, God has given you the gift of sight.
Yeah.
I mean, at least experience what's out there.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, all you can go back and say is, I didn't know. Oh, I didn't do that. And not that you have to do everything, but I mean, like, just, it's about shedding an awareness. I like the fact that you use the term experience.
Yeah.
Because I think it was Beyonce that said, I don't give shots, I give moments. Something like that. Well, I mean, I feel as if every life situation, every second that passes by is a moment.
Mm-hmm.
I aim to make an experience from that moment.
Yeah, no, I love that.
I hope this is recorded because I need to go back. That was some good stuff. I'm giving myself some good material.
You're going. This is all going on the air.
That's going on the website too. Okay, I like that one.
This is all going to be on the radio.
I had my coffee today.
Good for you. Yeah, you know, and especially like Mexico. I mean, you do want to be safe, but you know, there's a lot of great things, and you can be safe, like the snorkeling or scuba diving in the caves. Have you done that?
All those things. The cenotes.
The cenotes, yeah.
Of course I have, yes.
Yeah, I did that. And then do you take your crew and your travel partners?
We haven't gone there yet. I did that by myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a place, when I went to Tulum, there was one of the adventures I went on, is like, I asked the locals, where should I go? I want to get out of the resort area. Mm-hmm. And they sent me downtown, and I found this amazing, what I call a container village and park. And there they did like a black market sale of jewelry and whatnot. Oh, no. And then all this amazing food, some of the best food, tacos, some really interesting food that was in there. And then it was salsa dancing lessons.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. And it was just amazing. I met the owners of this park and tried the different wine that they were making down there and made some new friends. I actually walked away meeting this Amazon actor and his wife, and ended up listing one of their properties here in Washington.
Are you serious?
Yeah, just from venturing out, you know? So you never know what you're going to find.
You never know.
You never know.
I've gone to Puerto Vallarta as many as 6 times in a year.
Yeah.
And one of the resorts that I stay, I'm going to plug Mondavi Resort. Hopefully this doesn't come back to bite me in the behind, because I always got a good room when I get there. So hopefully it doesn't sell out now. But the owner there, Sergio, is actually from Detroit.
Okay.
And he and I are really good friends. We go back. And I mean, he's picked me up from the airport. I've used his SUV. His family is amazing. But I mean, it's just, I go out of my way for that level of customer service and for the experience. And I think that's what people live for. You are a returning customer, and you develop that rapport by the experience that you have. And the experience, be it positive or negative, can make or break the business. So I always aim to have a good experience. I want everything to be positive. On the flip side, we want to do the exact same thing when we're bestowing that commodity to people that are actually joining cruises or that are coming along with us. I want to make sure that you are living the time of your life.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that you're going home, you're like, brother, oh my God, this was like above and beyond.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, we want to make certain that it's not like you're just existing, that you're not just staying in your room on the cruise or in the hotel or whatever, that you're actually getting out, you're meeting people, that you leave with some stories and some tales that are going to last you for eons to come along.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see that. I could see that you'd be a really great host and attentive to your people. I'm sure when you're out here,
me sober, give me a margarita. Trust me, it's a different situation.
Yeah, you're gonna make people sure people are dancing and everything.
Oh my goodness, yes, it's a twerk fest.
That's funny. Hey, so we still have quite a few questions, but
go for it.
The show is called Made of More, right? And one of the reasons I asked you to come on the show is because, like, you know, I heard a few of your stories. You have really great personality and energy, and the people on the other side of receiving some of your services, like the flowers and whatnot, they also had a heightened experience, because I could tell through not just them enjoying the product, but also the presence that you brought to the room. So, and I could tell you're giving more in a lot of ways, and not just through the service, but up here in your mind and also in your heart. And so what does this phrase mean to you, made of more?
I could take that a couple of different ways. I mean, putting it out there, I mean, made of more, from my perspective, seems as if you are not content with settling. I mean, that you know your worth and that you are living every day to its fullest. I mean, frankly, I feel like I'm made I mean, this is my humble side, but I feel like I'm made of more and from more for the simple fact that, I mean, I take things from A to Z. I follow up. I'm consistent. You know, I'm humble, jovial, but on the flip side, I'm also realistic. And I don't take no for an answer. I mean, one no is just the grounds for a couple of yeses to come down the line. I mean, don't just stop. Know that you're made from more and of more, and know your worth, and don't settle for anything less. Don't let anyone else determine your fate, your destiny, or anything of that sort, because people have a very strategic way of telling you where they think you belong. Know where you belong and go there.
Mm-hmm. And you'll go there if you're not careful.
Come on now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You better preach.
That's right. Yeah. So you gotta be listening to your inner self, right?
Listen to your inner self. Know your worth. Do a lot of introspection. And several people go in, and when they start doing that introspection, they recognize that life is not what they thought. I mean, hell, look at the pandemic. I'm gonna put it out there. I mean, look at the divorce rate. You didn't even know who your spouse was. You had been married. People have been married 25 years. The divorce rate spiked because people are working from home and this, that, and the other. And the husband or wife or partner or whatever that you have that's going to work is not who you married 20 years ago. Everyone's constantly changing because the one constant is change. Mm-hmm. And you get back like, wait, the kids don't even act the same anymore. The dog doesn't even bark the same way.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. I mean, you just have to know your worth and be true to self. And yeah, and I think that takes empathy, compassion, humility. I mean, it takes a lot of constant reflection.
Yeah. You know, reflection for me is just like, you know, quieting down the room, getting in nature a bit if you can, and just, you know, go for a walk. It's surprising. Like, you go for a walk for an hour out in nature by yourself, and you make it something that you do. It's like, it's amazing. Like, with the your true inner deeper thoughts of who you are, what actually comes out.
Well, see, two things. I actually, on my business card, I think you got my business card.
I do. I got a business card right here.
That's actually my condo in Miedenbauer Bay. That's literally, I mean, I didn't Photoshop or anything, but that's literally my condo. And I have waterfalls around my place, and I keep candles and whatnot. But I have to be somewhere that's nice.
Yeah. And this is on your website, too.
It is on my website. I need to check my website more.
Yeah.
But I have to be someone that's nice. And I don't say that like it's like a bougie thing, but I have to be somewhere that's actually like, you know, that gives me a sense of harmony, that gives me a sense of tranquility. When I walk in, I want to hear jazz playing. I have waterfalls in there, which, I mean, I literally, one of my actually, I staged the place 2 months ago, and both of my waterfalls broke. The plumbing was messed up. I mean, I don't know what kind of negative energy I had in there, but I mean, it was just not going according to God's plan. And I think that was the negative energy from 2025, evacuating and making room for 2026's positivity. But I say that to state that all the time that I go home or whatever, I mean, I literally have cameras and surveillance in my place for obvious reasons. Mm-hmm. If I'm on vacation, I get homesick, I can easily look at my home and be like, okay, well, you know, this is what I'm returning to. I do floral arrangements before I leave. I can't say I vacuum. I watch the iRobot vacuum, so I chaperone the vacuum but when I'm out of town. But I want to be able to leave and just still reflect on the fact that I'm coming back somewhere nice. But I want to do the exact same thing for my clientele. I want everyone else to live wonderfully and treat it like it's life. I mean, everyone does not get to wake up. Everyone's not offered that benefit. So act as if you have a purpose. Live like you have that purpose. And your purpose is to my purpose is to at least make everyone's day better. I want people to reflect on me. And if anything, I'm leaving the legacy of positivity.
There we go. Leaving the legacy of positivity.
Come on now.
I like that.
Hashtag Gandhi.
Yeah. So I want people to know again, like, what is the best way for people to reach out to you? It could be email, the website. I got your website here. It could be your phone number. The website I got right here, it's a van-london.org. Yeah.
I mean, I am that guy. I return every single message. I'm not the person that you'll see 24,000 messages on the little envelope in your iPhone or whatever. Yeah. I return every single message, be it a text message, be it a phone call, be it a voicemail, an email, a smoke signal, carrier pigeon. I'm going to return it because I feel as if even if you're hitting me up by accident, that's not by happenstance. It's my job to at least contact you and say, hey, by the way, I saw that I missed your call. What's up? I dignify everyone because we're all humans. And if you dial the wrong number, I'm going to help you find the right number. Yeah. I mean, I'm that person. So, I mean, either way of communication is acceptable. I have no preference. Yeah, just get at me.
All right, get at him. Yeah, your phone number. You want to say your phone number on here?
My phone number is area code 559-717-8181. And for those of you that are actually into numbers like that, my birthday is 71781. So my phone number is my birthday. Oh, easy to remember.
Did you design that, or
I did? Come on now, you know that costs money.
That does cost money. And then your email is village at Villagio here. Sorry. Yeah, Villagio at van-london.org.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there we go.
And they all come to my cell phone. I mean, everything is linked. So, I mean, and se habla español. That's why I travel to Mexico a lot. Se habla español tras años de colegio. I said I took 3 years in college. So, yes, I can.
He's a tour guide that you want when you're down in Mexico.
I'm learning sign language now too. So yeah.
In Spanish and.
Oh, is there a Spanish sign?
I have no idea.
Oh my God. Now you stumped me. I'm like, maybe I should stop right now.
I have no idea.
I don't either. Now you got me wondering. Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to Google that one.
I think it's universal.
Is it?
I don't know, because I was watching Amazing Race not too long ago. Did you see last season? Yeah, I was watching Amazing Race, and they actually had to do something with Braille or something. I think Braille is universal, and so is sign language.
That's really interesting.
Don't quote me on that, because I don't know. I mean, I'm acting like we can't just Google it.
We're gonna fact check this later.
We need to fact check it. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't gonna be suing me, all right?
So what's now that everybody knows how to connect with you? What's in it in your near future here?
You know, I'm manifesting prosperity for 2026. 2025 was hard. I won't say horrible, because I'm still living. Mm-hmm. And what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. I feel as if, this is a testament right now. I'm a PK, by the way, pastor's kid, preacher's kid.
Okay.
But I feel as if God doesn't put more on us than we'll bear. Or than we can bear. But last year I was at complete capacity, and I'm still recovering right now. I'm in mental rehabilitation / therapy from 2025. It was just, oh my gracious. So I'm thinking 2026 it can't go any further down. It has to go uphill. It has to go uphill. I want to meet people. I want to see places. I want to be able to be that catalyst for people that don't know they have a voice. That's in affordable housing. That's for unhoused individuals. That's just in general. If I can do that through my own testimony, then by all means. I'm just a servant of God's, of his word. I'm just a passive of the Lord. But on the flip side, without getting too religious, I just want 2026 to be me being able to be used as that conduit to bridge the gap for people that are actually going through something that I can offer assistance for.
Yeah, through what you do.
Through what I do.
I love that. I love it. I think a lot of people I've heard a lot of stories about 2025 with people. And, every day or every portion of life can offer a lot of challenges and whatnot. But I feel like, life's moving a little faster right now with technology and, shifts in all kinds of things. And I think people are feeling it. And I know that when 2026 turned the corner here, I just feel like there's this energy out there, and there's a lot of this hope for maybe experiencing life to a more intentional way.
Absolutely.
So I wish the best for you in that. I know
I receive it.
Yeah, there you go. I'm hoping the same for me too. I took a lot on this last year. Sometimes we, as entrepreneurs, we could take a bit more on, and then it could test us in different ways.
Test us. I know on my birthday, when I said my grandmother passed, I was actually, and I gone to San Juan Island. Mm-hmm. I had just gotten the ferry over from Anacortes to, I think I was at, was it Orcas Island? Mm-hmm. And I'd never been there before. Everyone's telling me how beautiful it was, and I wanted to enjoy that on my birthday. But I got on the ferry, and my mom called me and told me about my grandmother's passing. So of course that set the tone for my day. I literally turned back around and waited 3 hours for the ferry to come back. So I started New Year's off this year by going back, because I wanted that to be the way that I, pressed the reset button. I got a do-over. Mm-hmm. And I went island hopping. I went from, Orcas to Lopez to all of them.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And I spent the entire day. I was on 7 ferries that day.
Good for you.
But on the flip side, that's the way I pressed reset. And that's actually how I started 2026, because I actually wanted to be able to do that on a positive and holistic type of, perspective. So I think 2026 is going to be my do-over. It's going to be a redo. And if I can be utilized for the betterment of someone's life, then here I am. Use me.
There you are. All right. Well, I just want to say thank you for taking your time to come into the studio and recording with us. Let me shake your hand.
Absolutely. I'm going to give you a fist bump. Come on.
There we go.
Yeah.
I really appreciate your experience in life and business and sharing that with everybody. I hope people get to listen to this episode and walk away inspired to do something different in their life, and then also to give you a call and hopefully use one of your services. And I've got to say, again, his flower service, phenomenal. And then you could check out the rest of it. This guy knows what he's doing.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of Made of More on KKNW. Whether you're on the road, at the office, or listening from home, keep chasing what lights you up, keep building what matters, and never settle for less than the life you were made for. You are made of more. More purpose, more impact, more joy. Made of More is part of the Speaking Current network of shows and podcasts, all of which that are dedicated to inspiring listeners to build lives of meaning, connection, and value. You can find the Speaking Current network of shows, including Made of More, wherever you get your podcast. You can also find us on YouTube. Until next Wednesday at 8 a.m. on KKNW, I'm Chris Erdmann. Stay bold, stay inspired, and stay made of more.